Good morning students. Myself Pradeep Kumar, PGT Physics, Kendriya Vidyalaya Jhunjhunu, and today we will going to discuss a topic electrical capacitance and capacitor from second chapter, that is electric potential and capacitance of class 12th. So before starting this topic, we already learned about the electric field intensity and electric potential, which both are the properties of electric field, and this electric field is generated by static charges. So we are studying about static charges. Now in this lesson we are going to study what happens when charge is given to a conductor. So when we give charge to a conductor, it stores in a limited amount of charge, and this charge storing capacity is called electrical capacitance. So we will study this topic in this chapter, and then we will study the following points of study: electrical capacitance, how we can define it, what is its unit, and how we can increase it, and the capacitor, which is also a method to increase capacitance of a conductor, and the principle of this capacitor, and then formula of capacitance of this capacitor, and how we can increase this capacitance of this capacitor by placing dielectric slab between the plates. So we will study these points. Now first of all we take is this electrical capacitance. As we have seen that when charge is given to a conductor, then its potential increases, and that is Q proportional to V. And after some time, when conductor attains a particular potential, charge starts leaking through the conductor. So its capacity of storing charge is limited. That charge storing capacity is called C, our capacitance, and we denote it by C. So we can write Q equal to CB, where Q is charge given to conductor, V is the potential attained, and C is capacitance, which is constant. So we can define capacitance as the ratio of charge divided by voltage, or if we take V equal to 1 volt, then we can define C equal to Q. This means that capacitance of a conductor is defined as the charge required to raise its potential through 1 unit. So that is the definition of capacitance. Its SI unit is farad, which can also be written as coulomb per volt, and it is a scalar quantity. Capacitance is said to be 1 farad when 1 coulomb of charge increases the voltage of the conductor by 1 volt. So in this way we can define 1 farad through this formula, and this farad is a very big unit, and so we use microfarad and picofarad and millifarad as the unit of capacitance. And now this capacitance depends upon the shape and size of the conductor, and this can be proved by taking an example of a spherical conductor. And suppose we have given a charge Q to a spherical conductor of radius r. So by calculating potential difference over the surface of this conductor, we can determine C by using the formula Q upon V. Q is the charge given and V is the potential attained by this conductor, which is KQ by R. So when we calculate this capacitance by putting this value of V in the formula of C, we get C equal to 4 pi epsilon 0 R, which shows that capacitance is directly proportional to the radius of the conductor, or we can say that capacitance is directly proportional to the shape and size of the object. If this conductor is placed in a medium, then capacitance becomes C equal to 4 pi epsilon 0 epsilon r into r, where epsilon r is the dielectric constant or relative permittivity of the conductor. So its capacitance will increase, since epsilon r is always greater than 1. But if we take a large conductor equal to the size of Earth, then we see that capacity comes out to be 711 microfarad. By putting the value of radius in this formula, we can calculate the capacitance of this spherical conductor. So we can say that this capacitance cannot be increased beyond a value by increasing the shape and size, because this size conductor is not feasible on Earth's surface. So we use another method to increase the capacitance of the conductor, and this method is called a capacitor. Before study how we can increase capacitance by capacitor, we can see some things about the capacitor. A capacitor is the system used to increase charge storing capacity of a conductor. How it will increase we will see later in the slides. A capacitor stores energy as well, charge as well as energy. So it is a charge storing device and energy storing device. A capacitor is a system of two conductors separated by an insulator. So we use two conductors in the capacitor which are separated by some distance, and its one conductor is given plus q charge and the second conductor is given minus q charge. That is the typical shape of the capacitors we use in electrical and electronic circuits. Now, principle of a capacitor, by which it increases the charge storing capacity of a conductor. For this we place a similar plate near to the first conductor, and when we place this plate near to the conductor, the capacity of the conductor increases. We further increase the capacity by placing a dielectric medium between the plates. So it is how we can increase the capacitance. Let we have a conductor A which is here, and it is given a charge Q, and it attains a voltage of V. After some time charge starts leaking through the conductor, so we have to increase the capacity of this conductor A. So we place a similar plate near to A in its vicinity, and when we place this plate, then induction process takes place, and its one side acquires negative charge and the other side acquires positive charge. This positive charge is neutralized by the negative charge coming from the earth, so only negative charge appears on this plate. Now if we calculate the potential of plate A, we see that this negative charge also decreases the potential of A, as total potential on A is equal to VA plus VB. Since potential of VB is negative, so a potential of plate A reduces. So when we reduce the potential, we can give it more charge to take it to the same potential. So capacity of this conductor A increases. So in this way we can increase the capacity, and this is the principle of the capacitor. This is a typical figure of a capacitor where we connected its plates to the battery, and when we connect it with battery, the plate which is connected to positive terminal of the battery loses its electrons and it acquires positive charge. Similarly, the second plate acquires a negative charge. So in this way we can charge the capacitor. Now this type of capacitor is called parallel plate capacitor, in which plates are parallel to each other at some distance d. Electric field inside the capacitor has a direction from positive to negative plate. It has been studied in the earlier chapter in the applications of Gauss theorem that electric field between the plates is constant and given by sigma by epsilon 0, and it indicates from positive plate to negative plate. There is a very small distance d between the plates, since electric field is only uniform when distance between the plates is very small. If we increase the distance, then electric field becomes non-uniform and it is called fringing of the field. This fringing effect can be demonstrated by a figure in which one of the plates appears to be curved. So this curved plate represents fringing of the electric field. So to make the electric field uniform, we keep the plates near to each other. So now we will calculate the capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor and also study about the factors which affect the capacity of this parallel plate capacitor. So here are two plates of the capacitor, one is positively charged and other one is negatively charged, and electric field between the plates is uniform and given by sigma by epsilon 0. So to calculate its capacitance, we require potential difference between the plates, and potential difference is calculated by the electric field using the relation V equal to E into D. So E is known to us, that is sigma by epsilon 0, and D is the distance between the plates. So potential difference between the plates is given by sigma by epsilon 0 into D, where sigma is Q by A. So putting its value, we get this value of potential V equal to QD upon A epsilon 0. And now substituting this value in the formula of capacitance, we get this formula C equal to epsilon 0 A over D. If medium is also placed between the plates, then the capacitance becomes C equal to epsilon 0 epsilon R A by D, where epsilon R is the relative permittivity of the medium placed between the plates, and since epsilon R is greater than 1, so C is more than C0, or capacitance in presence of medium is more than the capacitance in presence of vacuum. So this formula suggests that capacitance can be increased by increasing the plate area and by decreasing the distance between the plates and by placing a medium between the plates. Now, by placing a dielectric medium, we can increase the capacitance, and this will happen, and we will study how this will happen. So when we place the dielectric medium between the plates, then its positive and negative charge distribution centers get separated, and plate acquires a polarity. Its one end becomes one end which is towards the positive plate of the capacitor acquires negative polarity, and the other plate acquires positive polarity. In this way, there generates an internal electric field in the dielectric, which is opposite to the external electric field. The dielectric constant of a substance is the factor by which capacitance increases from its vacuum value. So more is the dielectric constant of the medium placed, more will be the effect on capacitance. So by placing this dielectric slab, we decrease the value of electric field in the dielectric, and since electric field is decreasing, so potential also decreases, and potential decrease in potential will increase the capacitance. So this is the figure which shows that the dielectric slab of thickness T is placed between the plates and it acquires polarity in this way. So an internal electric field generates in this direction and external electric field is in this direction. So net electric field in this plate reduces, which increases the capacitance. So how much is the effect on the capacitance, we can calculate and derive the formula. For this, we take this capacitor, parallel plate capacitor, and a dielectric slab of thickness T is placed here, and E0 is the electric field in presence of vacuum, and EP is the electric field due to polarization of this dielectric slab. So net electric field En is equal to E0 minus EP, that is reduces, and we can also write this En as E0 by K, that is electric field reduces by dielectric constant times. So more is the dielectric constant, more will be the decrease in electric field. So we have two types of electric field between the plates here. E0 field, which is sigma by epsilon 0 in vacuum, and E0 by K in this plate. So by knowing these values, we can determine the potential. So potential can be written as V equal to E0 into D minus T, that is for vacuum, and E0 by K into T, that is in the medium. So on solving, we get this term E0 D minus T plus 1 by K, and after this we can put the value of sigma, which is Q by epsilon 0 A. So by placing these values, we get C equal to A E0 upon D minus T plus 1 by K, and by taking common D, we get this formula C equal to C0 or 1 minus T by D 1 minus 1 by K. So this is the exact formula by which capacitance of the parallel plate capacitor increases, and we can calculate by exact amount. Since this term is subtracting from 1, so denominator is less than numerator, hence C is greater than C0. So capacitance increases with introduction of dielectric slab. If whole space between the plates is filled with the dielectric, then we can take T equal to D, and on placing this value T equal to D in this formula, we get C equal to K times C0, that is capacitance increases by K times, where K is dielectric constant. And so we can also define dielectric constant is equal to the ratio of capacitance in presence of medium divided by capacitance in presence of vacuum. So that is the definition of dielectric constant. Now these we can see that electric field, potential and capacitance, charge, energy all changes on placing dielectric slab. There are two possible situations in this context, that we can take voltage supply remains connected and voltage supply remains disconnected. So in both the cases, what are the changes in these quantities, we can study these changes in the form of a table. So this is the table where first column represents the quantities in which change will be observed, and second column represents the changes when battery is disconnected, and the third column represents when battery is connected. So when battery is disconnected and we insert a dielectric slab, then charge remains the same. Capacitance, we see in the previous slides that it will increase K by K times. Electric field reduces due to polarization of the dielectric slab, and potential difference also reduces, and energy stored also decreases. So these are the changes occurs in the different quantities when a dielectric slab is introduced, when voltage supply remains disconnected. If we does not disconnect the battery and then we insert the dielectric slab, then we can see that charge increases. Since when dielectric is placed, electric field decreases, which decreases potential, and due to decrease in potential, battery will supply more charge to the plate A to take it to the same potential. So charge increases and capacitance always increases due to increase in charge, and electric field after some time remains same, obtains previous value. Since more charge is supplied to the conductor, so electric field again increases and attains its previous value. Since electric field is same, so potential is also same, and energy stored also increases because capacitance is increasing and potential is same. So by the formula U equal to half CV square, we can say that energy stored in the capacitor increases. So these are the changes which takes place when a dielectric slab is introduced between the plates of the capacitor. So this is all about the topic capacitance, capacitor, and effect on its capacitance. And by knowing these things and concepts, we can solve many problems related to the capacitor. So we can discuss some examples here. Our first example is that a parallel plate capacitor is kept in the air, has an area of 0.5 meter square and separated from each other by a distance of 0.04 meter. Calculate the capacitance of the parallel plate capacitor. So we have given plate area A, distance between the plates D, and vacuum is here, so we have to know the value of epsilon 0, which is 8.85 into 10 to the power minus 12. And when we know these values, we can use the formula epsilon 0 A by D, epsilon 0 A over D to obtain the capacitance. So we place these values in the formula and we can obtain the value of capacitance, which is 106.75 picofarad. So in this way we can solve the problem. The second example is also related with the same formula, where we have to determine plate area in place of capacitance. We have given capacitance and distance between the plates and we have to determine area. So we rearrange the formula for area, and that can be written as C into D upon epsilon 0 K, where K is equal to 1 if there is vacuum. So by using this formula we can calculate the area of the plates, which comes out to be 117.09 meter square. We have to place the correct values in the formula. So in this way we can determine this. Example 3 is like this: a parallel plate capacitor is charged by a battery. After some time the battery is disconnected and a dielectric slab with its thickness equal to the plate separation is inserted between the plates. How will the capacitance of the conductor, potential difference between the plates, and the energy stored in the capacitor be affected? Justify your answer in each case. So we have to give the values of these quantities. So these things we have already studied in the previous slides, that on inserting the dielectric slab, capacitance becomes K times of initial capacitance, or in capacitance in vacuum. Potential difference between the plates is given by V0 by K times. It reduces by K times, since electric field also reduces to K times. And energy stored in the capacitor also changes, as energy is equal to half CV square. So C is increasing and V is decreasing, so we can say that effect of potential is more, because energy depends upon the square power of potential. So since potential is decreasing, so overall energy stored also decreasing, and we can calculate the exact values using these formulas. So these are some of the examples, and related to the topic and concept we have studied, we can solve some other problems also in the form of a worksheet. So it is homework for you to solve these questions. That is, why the capacitance increases when we insert any material between the plates of the capacitor. So we studied these things as electric field inside the material decreases, which decreases potential, and so capacitance will increase. Second question is how is the electric field due to a charged parallel plate capacitor be affected when a dielectric slab is inserted between the plates, fully occupying the intervening region. So we came to know this fact in the earlier slides, that electric field will decrease due to polarization of the dielectric sheet. Third question, we have to derive the formula of capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor, which we have already studied. And fourth question is, a slab of material of dielectric constant K, which has a thickness of 2d by 3, is inserted between the plates. Find out the expression of its capacitance when slab is inserted. So we have to determine the exact capacitance. For this we have to use the formula C equal to C0 1 minus T by D bracket 1 minus 1 by K. Here we can substitute the value of T as 2d by 3 and then solve the equation to get the result. So in this way we can solve this problem. And fifth question is, a capacitor of capacitance 12 picofarad and separation between the plates 4 mm is connected to a 100 volt supply. Determine charge on the capacitor. So we have given capacitance and voltage, so we use the formula Q equal to CV to obtain its charge, and then